So here we got $25,000 are invested at a rate of 7.2%, right? Compounded monthly in an account, right? And then it says how long will it take the account to have $100,000, right? Okay, so the rate is how much? 7.72. So when we divide it by this, it becomes the monthly rate is 0.006, right?
Oh, okay.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. So when you let the amount grow, how does it grow? Your A will grow according to, see, I have 25,000 initially, right? Am I clear? So every month it's going to become, you know, this many times.
Can you just simply use 25 and then so that in the answer, you see what I mean?
25.
That's how I was doing it on my test. I just simply did with 25, and then at the end you just know that that's the number of thousands.
Oh yeah, yeah, right. You can. Oh yeah, I know now. Exactly, you can do that. Okay. Yeah, instead of right.
Just
to no, I know. I see what you mean. Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Like you can do 25, and then make sure that. I mean, if I do 25, I might get like very ambitious and want to get 100,000 out of 25. So there, make sure you don't have that. You don't make this 100. Okay, if you are reducing this to 25, keep this as 100,000.
Right,
okay? All right, very good. So then we have what? 100,000 equals that, right? Okay. See this here? Good. So, and I have to solve for who? T, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I am doing this. I'm just putting it in like in the other form, and now I have to solve for T, don't I? Right? Makes sense? Now, first I'll just remove everything from around T, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both the sides by who? Yes. Tell me. 25,000, right? I mean, is that making sense? I'm just
saying. Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, good. What you did, right? Okay, good. So 25s on this side cancel, right? And what do you get? You simply get the following. This equals what? 4, right? Now all I have to do is, now I have to pull this guy down, right?
Right.
So remember we just talked about it a few moments ago. Who will pull it down? Log, right?
Okay.
Okay, so let's take log of both the sides, okay? So we take log of this side, right? Makes sense? That equals log of what? 4. Now I can do what? Pull this power down. Remember we just visited that? Keep this in mind. This is the, I mean, the great property of logarithm, right?
Okay.
If I take log of a power, the power just steps down as a factor, right? Makes sense?
Yes.
Now all I have to do is, in order to isolate T, I have to divide by 12 times this number, right? Well, let me write it just in a little bit different way.
You can't just divide by 12?
I can divide by 12.
And then you still have T on the other side.
Okay, let's divide by, I think that's a good idea rather than rushing everything up. Log of 4 divided by, how much is that? 12. And I still got this guy surviving here, right?
Right.
So I'll just divide by that as well, right? So we have what? Log of 4 divided by what? Sorry about that. 12 times log of 1.006, right? And now I'll just employ this guy. So you have what? Log of 4 divided by, right? And I always go conservative, put a parenthesis around here. 12 times log of how much?
Don't forget the other parentheses.
No, I won't. No, thank you. So I got 19.311 or 19.31 years or 312 years, right? That's how long it will take to grow. Grow how much? How many times? 4 times, right? Okay. So we have to sketch a clear graph of F inverse by hand, right? Make sense? Okay. So, and you know this, that is, that graph will simply be a reflection of this graph by the graph of line y equals x. Is that coming back or no?
I don't understand how to graph functions.
Okay. All right. So here, but you know this function is graphed for you, right?
Yeah.
And you have to graph the inverse. Okay.
Right.
Now we have one guide here, and the guide is this, that just go ahead and just take the mirror image of this graph by this line y equals x, okay? And then what we will do is this. So let's see the tools that we can use here, okay? You're with me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I have to make a graph. So let's try to get some points then on the graph. All right. And oh, why am I doing that? Okay. So you had correctly read. See, the coordinates of this point are -2, -6 on there. You agree with me?
Yes.
Right? So note, if -2, -6 is a point on the graph of the function f, what will happen is this, that if you switch the coordinates, if you switch the x and y values, okay, what will happen? That will live on the graph of f inverse, because that's what the inverse does, switches x and y. Are we together on this?
Okay.
Okay. So what we are going to do is, so we know this, that see this here. Okay, one sec. This is like -6, -2 would be somewhere here, right? Am I clear on this?
Yes.
So what I did, I reflected this point. I didn't reflect it very well, but we will. It should be somewhere.
You're flipping it on an axis, but
Exactly.
essentially you're just reversing the x and y values.
Right. And here, let me just reflect it properly. Good. Is that making better sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then this point, as you read, its coordinates are like 1, 1, right? No, -1 and 1. Let me take it back. Yes, x coordinate is -1, y coordinate is +1, isn't it, right? See this here? So which will mean what? So this point, first let me,
This will be 1, -1.
this very good. So we are doing much faster than I can explain now, right? So this means what? This point 1, -1 is going to be on the graph of the inverse. Are we together on this?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Now, then for this 0, 2, 2, 0 would be the corresponding point, wouldn't it be, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we got this 2, 0, right? And then what we got here, I think we got 1, 3, right? So for 1, 3, what will I get? 3, 1, right? Won't I?
Yes.
Right? Okay, good. So that means this one here, 3, 1 is going to be a point on that graph, right?
Yes.
Okay, and all I have to do is, now I'm not very good at dragging this, but you can do that when that is like, see this here? I'll come like this and then just expand it like this, right?
Okay.
Okay, so once we do that, then if I use technology, right, I can get a better graph, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense? Okay,